All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is lesson number 8, and I think I've been miscounting in my videos so far, and this is lesson 8. Okay, this one is going to be a shorter one. I have class here in a minute. I'm going to make it back to class today, first one since my head got pretty banged up, and this will be a shorter one. I am running a little behind time, but this is also a very important one. This lesson is about mentorship, or as I like to call it, finding a big brother in a specific thing to follow. Now, the biggest reason mentorship is so huge to your success, to your life, to getting better, is because it's going to fast track everything. So with everything, it's human nature. People always want to find the shortcut. People want to find the shortcut of how they can, for whatever side hustle they're doing, right? It's rare someone wants to do everything the right way, exactly how it's supposed to be done. But what I found is the only true shortcut to get to whatever goal you have is by learning from someone who has already done it, or is in the middle of doing it, and they can at least give you the first couple steps that they've completed. Now, it's very key because you also don't want to listen to someone who hasn't done anything, that's lying to you. And you also want to make sure that the person that is telling you what to do is telling you what they did instead of what they're currently doing. Because if you've started anything and got good at anything, what you've probably learned is that what you do at first and what you do when you're good at it are two different things. So you always want to apply what they did when they first started, when they were in your position. It's going to be really important. And I've had a lot of mentors in my life, I've been lucky to say. And I think it's really good to have a bunch when you're trying new stuff, because you're going to be able to decipher down the road the good ones from the bad ones. Example. So I had a sales mentor. Okay. This was in 2025. And he put me on an offer. So I was a sales rep for him. And what happened was, he scammed me. He never paid me. So that's just an example of one. Okay, someone who I thought was a good mentor had a sexy Instagram, cars, flying around the world, everything. And he's famous. You guys would 100% know who he is if you saw his Instagram. And I thought he was, him. Turns out when it's time to pay me, he had to pay me $1,000, just $1,000. When it was time to pay me, he didn't pay up. So, you can learn to filter the good ones from the bad ones on the road. And some other mentors I had. So I have spent about maybe in total $8,000 on courses of mentorship and personal development. And so that's that's like 2 or 3 mentors I learned through that, or I met through that. So those are another examples. But I think the biggest one, I think the most important type of mentor is someone that's in your friend group that you don't really look at as a mentor. And what I mean by this is, I call him the big brother, right? You want to find your big brother in whatever area, or maybe just in life. Your big brother, what I mean by that is someone that experienced a little bit more than you, and they're kind of on the same level. Like, think about life as a game, right? And you find someone that's on the same level. You want to find someone that's maybe a level or 2 above you. You know what I mean? Just a little bit ahead of you, and that you get along great with, that you have a great relationship. And you can kind of watch them, and they show you stuff, but it's more of a subconscious thing, because what's going to happen, because they are a couple levels above you, you're going to see them act a certain way in their relationship and be like, oh, wow, that's actually really smooth. Sick. Okay. Or you're going to be at a restaurant. At least this is what happened to me. Or we're at a restaurant and the way they talk to the waiter, it's like, oh, shoot. That was smooth. Okay. Or the way they talk to clients in a work environment, right? Just how they present, how they handle themselves, how they articulate themselves. Those types of people, yes, latch on that person. Don't let that person go. That I can say there's probably been three. I would say three major ones in my life that I'm still close with, and that's truly a shortcut. Because the only true shortcut in life is a mentor plus what they tell you to do. So if you don't have a mentor, then what do? Hard work. You just got to work. You literally just have to brute force your way. That's the only shortcut. But the good thing about a mentor is it's a guaranteed shortcut. So Luke, how do you find a mentor? How do you find one? So there's a couple ways you can go about this, because I've been thinking about this question since I was 16 years old. And the first thing I'll tell you is that there's always a baller in whatever town you're in. Everyone goes out to eat. Everyone buys clothes. There's always the best store. There's always the best restaurant. You want to go there, and there's no specific thing to say. There's no specific time of the day to go. Like, there's no secret sauce. You literally have to show up, and then if no one's there, show up again. Then if no one's there, show up again, and keep showing up, and keep shaking hands, and keep getting your name out there, and quit, and stop being scared of shit. Eventually, you're gonna find someone. But the fastest way to find a mentor would be to pay them. Yes, or work for them. 100%. I remember in my hometown, I was 16, maybe 17 years old. I was a senior. It was around COVID. So whenever that was, there's this guy, he's a younger guy in my hometown, mid-20s, real estate, make a lot of money. And so I was like, man, I would love to do what he does. So I got his number. He has no idea who I am. And I called him up. And I just cold called him. And he told me that he could work something out for me, but it didn't lead to anything. I didn't follow up though. But yeah, just cold call people. Just get someone's number. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. So that's mentorship, or just call it big brotherhood, let's say. But that lesson is huge, because what you can do, you can take lessons that would have taken you 5 years on your own, and you can condense them all down in 3 to 4 months. And I'm not even exaggerating. That's how important it is. So find your big brother, find your mentor. That's what I got today. I got to get to class. Gotta go. First one back. The guy that gave me concussion. Better wear your mouthpiece to get today, boy. But that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. It's going to be a great day. Let's go, guys. Come on.